do my countdown. Hello, 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 Virginia's virtual viewers and Wings of Wisdom listening audience. I am so excited you are leaning in. Today we are featuring my coach, my mentor, Miss Kim Jacobs.
Hello.
She has taught me everything I know. This is the master of how to have your own live show. So I want her to introduce herself, give her a little backdrop on her bio, and we are going to dive deep on how to balance the scales in your life. So Miss Kim Jacobs, my mentor, my coach, and I'm so glad you are here being spotlighted on Wings of Wisdom. Give Virginia's virtual viewers and also Wings of Wisdom listening audience a brief bio on what you do and your background on yourself.
Well, first of all, I'm so honored to be here with you, Virginia Rutherford-Hall. I have to say your whole name every time I say anything about you. Absolutely. Not only beautiful on the outside, but you're beautiful on the inside. And that just makes a wonderful package deal for the rest of the world to benefit from. So I'm honored to be here with you today. And a little bit about myself. I'm a child of God, and I love the Lord, and I am honored to be able to serve the world in the capacity of helping to bring better balance and synergy into our lives. I'm a mother of 5 children and a daughter, a friend, all of those things that encompass us as women. And I have a business. I'm also working in ministry. So lots of different hats that I wear. But I am really, most importantly, grateful to be a child of God.
I love that because Wings of Wisdom is built on biblical principles. Yes. And to be a child of God is really the essence of this spiritual journey that we are on. We are spiritual beings having a physical activities, right?
That's right.
We are journeying on this journey so that we can meet our master, and we are all masters because we are the piece. We have a piece of the master within us, and you have mastered your craft. So tell me, how did you actually get started in this speaking arena? I know our connection was with the legendary Les Brown, and I always wonder, was he the one who inspired you, or were you already on this journey of motivating?
I've never been asked that question. That's a great question. And I was in the pharmaceutical industry working at a conference when Dr. Les Brown came to speak as our main speaker. And when I say totally inspired, I was like, oh my goodness, this is what I'm talking about right here. And so I'm not a shy person at all. So I just went right up to him, talked to him, told him, this is right down my alley of what I would love to do. Ended up getting in the car with him and his entourage and spending the full day, and started traveling with him, teaching people how to tell their stories and how to start a seminar business from scratch. So Dr. Les Brown is the person that helped kick me into the speaking world.
Wow. Yeah. So your journey on the Kim Jacobs show, do you have a memorable moment with one of the best interviewers, or are they all kind of, is there one of those particular live shows that you just was so impactful that inspired you to continue to move on?
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's even way more difficult because there are so many phenomenal people that I interview on the Kim Jacobs show, and all of their backstories are riveting, and some are heartbreaking, heartwarming, some are no trauma in their lives, but they're very educational and informative. And so, wow, I'm trying to think if there was a Well, I'll tell you about one, which is Kiwan. Amy is his name. He was in the military, and avid military guy, loved life, very always out in the water and taking photos and doing all these different things in life. But one day, in a few years ago, he ended up taking a photo at Jordan Lake, is where he was. And he was doing that for his church ministry, and drove off from that site and ended up getting in an accident on his motorcycle, which took his sight. And his story for me is just mind blowing, because where he could have just gave up at that point, he's now a vision expert on the Kim Jacobs show. And the reason is because he took that situation and turned it around, and now he's still playing music, and he's still motivating people, doing motivational speaking and teaching, and he's blind, still out living his very best life and not letting that be an excuse. He's an author of, why not me? Why some things happen in life, but who says certain things can't happen to you, even though you think that you're living your best life already, and it could still end up working for your good.
Wow, that's powerful. Yeah, it's almost like we chart out our own destiny, but it's almost like specific incidents happen to align us with the master's plan. He has a plan for all of us. So we go through these incidents and we think like, wow, but it's almost just steering you back to the pathway that he designed for you anyway.
Yeah.
So it's powerful. I know you're the balance doctor. I told my audience you come in and you can help them kind of figure out balancing, because, you have 5 children. So how do you actually balance all the things you have in your life? Because you got a lot going on, but specifically designed for parents with children, because I know you have 5 children of your own. So how do you balance your career and your family life, work-life balance? What's the 2 or 3 tips you can kind of give those who are, in disarray?
Well, one thing that I do is, first of all, I always honor God in my life, and I want his will to be done in my life, and he knows that. So I submit everything that's going on in life to his desire and will for my life. So that's the number one thing. I don't want to do anything in life that isn't in alignment with what his will is for my life. So I subject myself and humble myself under his authority. And so that's my number one advice to anybody that's watching, is find something or someone, some being higher than you to be able to subject yourself to. Because if you don't plug into some kind of higher source, then who is your governing factor? Who is the person or the being that's helping to keep you accountable as a person? So that's my number one thing. The other thing that I do with my children is we have family meetings, and it's a big to do in our house, because right now my children are 16 up to 26. And so we still come together at the table and we'll talk about what's happened in our week. And I mean, my children are like super brilliant mastermind children type of thing. So they share resources with me and tips and ideas of things that they may have read in a book or something that they've learned in their workplace. And they'll share it with me, and I'll share some resources and tips with them from me. And so now at this point, all of us around the table, we're expanding our learning, because we're ever learning, we're growing and developing in areas that I may not have ever encountered that particular subject matter had I not had that family meeting. So the family meeting is critically important to me. And what else for my family? You said from a parenting perspective, it's just, I think, honoring confidentiality with each of your children. So that's important too, to be able to have that open door policy. But when your children come to you and talk to you about things, don't spread it amongst the rest of the family members, because that's aggravating. And then that they don't really have a safe outlet, anyone that they can truly go to.
Yeah, that's powerful. So in a nutshell, it's like God first, then family, and then everything else is under that tier.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a priority to actually seek the kingdom of God first and his righteousness. And all the other things will be added, right?
That's
Wings
right.
of Wisdom is built on biblical principle. You have to seek the master first.
Mhm.
And then everything else is secondary. So
Yeah.
that is special. That's special, my dear. I know you have these entrepreneurs endeavors. There's several of them that you have, but I
Yes.
want to focus on the Mother Dreamers and actually Gabe's Foundation. So, what is the core mission of both of those, and how do you balance it all?
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So the Mother Dreamer movement is a group of mothers that are they're already fantastic mothers and they're raising their children, many of which may have been raising their children while staying at home or doing some things of that nature and putting their own dreams and goals on the back burner to say, maybe I'll get to it, maybe I won't. And some of those goals are timed out because once you get to a certain age, depending upon what your goals and dreams are, you may not be able to go into that particular industry or that particular field. So with the Mother Dreamer movement, we encourage all mothers that you can do a great job of being a mom and you can also pursue your goals and your dreams. Now, it's going to require some help here or there, or some creative ways of doing it. Like, for example, I used to fly my mom and my mother-in-law with me when I was in corporate America so that I could nurse my children because I nursed all of my children. So being creative to be able to have that and effect as a mother dreamer is what we kind of talk about significantly and help each other. And so people that are interested in the Mother Dreamer movement is motherdreamer.com/join, and you can be a part of our movement. Now, with Gabe's Heart Foundation, our goal is to be able to help eradicate sudden cardiac arrest in pediatric youth because my son, when he transitioned from here, the paramedics, it took maybe about 15 minutes or so for them to arrive. And by that time, if you don't have a portable defibrillator or something on hand, then no matter how much effort the person can put into the situation, they may not be able to have the outcome that you desire to have. So with Gabe's Heart Foundation, our goal is to be able to raise funds to put, I start talking about Gabe, I always get all flustered. But anyway, our goal is to be able to put portable defibrillators in public spaces where young people congregate. So churches and rec centers and schools and grocery stores, wherever, theatrical performance places, wherever, you name it, children are typically there. And so we want to be able to put defibrillators in public spaces. So Gabe's Heart Foundation.org is our organization.
Yes, I have that scrolling there, gabesheartfoundation.org. You can get a little more details on that. Virginia's virtual viewers and Wings of Wisdom listening audience. Yes, and you have a son, Ivan, right? That is actually
Yes.
doing a few things also, right?
Yes, yes. So I actually I have three of my children. They battle this disease called cystic fibrosis. And with cystic fibrosis, it's a lung disease that mucus builds up in the lining of the lungs. And so many of the people that have this is typically Caucasian male disease, but three African American children that live in my house have also been diagnosed with it. And so he is raising funds to help find a cure for CF. And I'm like, man, to have a child that's out here trying to raise funds for a cure for a disease is admirable to me. So he has this goal to be able to raise $4,000. And Boomer Esiason Foundation, and I don't know if you know Boomer Esiason, he's an ESPN commentator and so forth, big to do. But his son also, Gunnar, also has cystic fibrosis. And so they're looking to try to find a cure for this disease. And Ivan has been charged to raise $4,000. So if 40 people give $100 towards this link do you have the link over there? Or
Yes, it's scrolling. It's scrolling.
Okay. So yeah, so that link, if you click on that link, and I'll put it in the comments section too for you all, and in 40 people give $100, it doesn't go to Ivan, it goes directly to the organization, and they will be able to put that towards Ivan's credit that he helped raise those funds. So Yeah.
Wow. Powerful, powerful. And Jeremiah, he's the one that actually helped me with all my, well, you gave me the technical tools and the knowledge and the resources for StreamYard because you help individuals build their own live show from scratch. And then your son, Jeremiah, my overlays and all of my website, he really helped me with this. So I'm loving because Wings of Wisdom, I think my core is collaboration and affiliation helps you to accelerate. And coming together with Les Brown and connecting with you and then your family. And I still reach out to you. It's almost like you always tell me, you're not on an island alone. You reach out to me anytime. So being a coach and a mentor. So for those individuals who want their own show and they want to connect with you, because if I can do this, anybody can do this. And just give Virginia's virtual viewers some info if they want their own live show, how they can connect and just some tips that they can focus on.
Absolutely. So I'll give you a few tips regardless of whether you take the training or not. I want you to know that I do offer a 6-week training program, and it's called How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. And then when you graduate from this program, we send you directly over to a program that we connect with Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and you're off to the races to be able to have your show streaming in 100 countries and over 300 million households. So we've collaborated to form a partnership where you start with me doing this training for 6 weeks with you and a small group of individuals. And during that training, we cover things like what the focus of your show should be, how do you go about getting your guests and making sure that you don't have vacancies on your calendar, how to make sure that you get sponsorship, and how to make sure you have the right equipment, and how to get audience engagement. All of these things we talk about, and I help you create your show from scratch. Then we do a graduation and launch your show. And then I hand you off in a partnership with Dr. Tina J. Ramsey with CTR Media Network. So the way that you can join in, we only have 4 more seats left for our upcoming class, which starts June 5th. So if you're watching this as a replay and it's not June, just reach out. Reach out, because we don't want to time stamp the show. So still reach out, because that means that possibly another group will be starting soon. I don't know when. Okay. But this one is June 5th. And we have 4 seats left, and you can reach us at 704-944-3534. Again, that's 704-944-3534. And I'll put that in the comment section as well. And then you can also email us at kim@thebalancedoctor.tv. kim@thebalancedoctor.tv, and I'm putting it over here in the comment section. If you'd like to go ahead and reserve your seat, we do have payment options available for you, so you don't have to stress and say, oh, this might be out of my league. That's the beautiful part about being in a group setting. We're able to offset some of the costs for you, so just reach out.
Wow, wow, wow. I hope you got that number, ladies and gentlemen. Kim Jacobs, the number for her is 704-944-3534. And the information is there, kim@thebalancedoctor.tv. So I'm so grateful for you, because having my own show, I come from the airline industry, 25 years, and I did not know what to do, but I had coach after coach after coach that brought this all into fruition. And you connect me with Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. And I tell you, it's almost like that race that you run.
Yes.
It says the race is not given to the swift.
That's
right. Or the strong, but he that endureth. It's almost like I came in, you gave me this little baton, you gave me these tools, you gave me this resource, and then you passed the baton to Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. And it's like these little training wheels that I had. Tina J. Ramsey said, take the doggone training wheels off and you are going to the next level. So I am so excited these coaches can help you get to the next level if you are at a crossroad, and I want to be your connector. So I am so grateful. So I'm going to ask you for one last tip, golden nugget you want to give the listening audience and Virginia's virtual viewers if they are at a crossroad and they need some guidance in the area of their next endeavor. What would you tell them?
Okay, so this is the last tip for the whole episode?
Yes, it's going to be last tip.
Okay. So first of all, you did a phenomenal job, by the way. I am so godly proud of you. So keep up the great work. I'm really, really proud when I get a chance to be on with one of my students. So, okay. So the tip that I think I would give everyone, I'm going to make it a little bit of a sentence. One is make sure that you know we all have the 24 hours. So when you do almost like a pie chart on a blank sheet of paper, compartmentalize that out and section it out into 100% or 24 hours, and make sure that you divide the time that you can give to each entity, each area of your life appropriately, because you cannot spend the same amount of time in every aspect of life. So be creative and know that this time merits more time and this one merits less time, so that you're able to spread yourself appropriately. But as you go through life, this is my final statement here, that we are all going through different seasons in our lives. And sometimes to other people looking in, it will look like you're unbalanced or imbalanced, but in fact, you're right in God's will for your life. So be mindful that what looks like is not in sync to other people may be exactly where God has you for a reason, because he knows the whole story. We only know in part. So be encouraged as you go through your journey, as you're balancing this thing called life.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, now is the time to share on your electronic toys. So what is your gift? You need to know where you are is right where you should be. And some plant, some water, just know God gives the increase. Miss Kim Jacobs, I am so excited that I was connected with you. Collaboration and affiliation is the way to accelerate. So I am grateful that Les Brown, the legendary Les Brown, brought us together. And you saw the gift in me and you pushed me along the way. And I am grateful that I was your student. You are my coach, my mentor. So those individuals, if you are on the edge of your seat and you're thinking about doing this, look no more for another coach. She will help you to go to the next level in your life. Thank you for leaning in. We are so happy that you had the time to grab these golden nuggets. And we will see you on the next episode of Wings of Wisdom. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
You're amazing, Virginia Rutherford-Hall.
Thank you.